Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Tiger Sports Show, our first show of the spring, as we run through all the big sports and other stories going at Hastings High. I'm Greg Mays. That's my little brother, baseball hat wearing co-host Tren Mays. How you been, Tren? It's been a while. We've been on hiatus.
Yeah, we've been on a semi-winter break. Coach Blake hooked me up with my new lid today.
What did he make that out of? Was it like a garbage can at the beginning, and then he put the
Oh,
logo on the front?
oh no, my head's a good size. It's big, but he can still get me stuff, so we're good.
All right. Well, I've got a surprise first story for you, Tren.
Oh,
Surprise first story. I don't know if you know this is going on. Do you know what's going on with Loyalty, the school song?
is it changing?
We got some kids in school working on a rewrite of some of the lyrics, just like
Oh,
they're doing down at the university with Hail Varsity.
oh, that's very nice. We had a good pep rally last week for spring. It was different being in the auditorium with the new lights and the new sound. Coach Linden came, our fearless leader, came in with the tunnel walk music down the thing, and we played. The band was there, and the Tigerettes, and we had show choir performance, and it was
I
a
think
lot of
that's a
fun.
great place to have pep rallies. Yeah, Mr. Linden came to me and Mr. Yost both came to me wanting to make sure I would be okay with it. And I just said, hey, that's the kids' song. It was
Yeah,
written by students. The students chose it. If you want to make some changes, I said you put it in front of the students
yeah,
and and see what they think. So we could have news on Loyalty for the first time
yeah.
since
We talked
1950.
the second progression of the remodel of the theater. They're going to
Yeah.
have a screen. So Coach Linden and I talked about maybe getting you on the doing a little karaoke on the screen where we have the words at the bottom and stuff,
Uh,
and getting
we'll,
that. So
we'll see. You're planning multimedia presentations. All right. Hey, the real section one of the show is our recap of the winter. Looking back now, we've had a little time off. Tren, what are the things that still stand out to you from the winter sports season?
the two state champion wrestling. It's a feat. Court or Widener going back to back. He hadn't lost in the last 2 years. Court finally getting the monkey off his back, uh, getting that state championship after making the finals 3 straight years before that, and just those two state champions probably highlights the. And then we did pretty well at swimming. So
Yeah, well, let me stick with wrestling for a minute. Here's my question about Mr. Widener. Does he belong on the all-time team now? Is he one of the, 12, 13 greatest wrestlers in Hastings history?
oh, and definitely you go undefeated the last 2 years. He didn't have it. He was hurt last year, so he couldn't catch Pape for the undefeated streak. Damon was the last 2 times champion. And then it was funny. I asked both the coaches, Kyle and Laux, I said, when's the last time we had two state champions in the same year? They said Laux brothers.
Yeah.
They didn't even dawn on my.
Didn't Brandon and Nolan not win the same year?
I'm not sure. They said Connor and Nolan won. That was the.
Yeah, I think
That,
Brandon maybe won the year in between Nolan's two. If I can't remember, but
yeah, and then
those
you have
two are
to,
those two are definitely on that list.
yeah.
Connor Laux is definitely on that list. But yeah, I think I got to make room for Mr. Widener. I'm gonna have to look and see. It's always tough because you have to bump somebody off.
Well, yeah, and you go undefeated the last 2 years, and I got to their last. I wish Tate had that video I sent him. I got to their last home meet against Grand Island. That was the first
Grand Island
wrestling.
Northwest, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I thought it was Gish, but I'm not sure. I think it was Gish.
Winter season's starting to be a long time ago. All right. Other than wrestling, what are your big takeaways from the winter season?
Well, Coach Linden highlighted it at the pep rally, and he actually did the dramatic shot by Austin or by Nunnenman
Yeah,
against
not
Adams
in there.
Central. So
Yeah.
that sort of got him going, and then the boys just ran into some brick walls at the end.
I think the number two story's got to be girls bowling qualifying for state.
Oh
Though.
yeah, definitely.
As far as what they achieved,
Yeah,
and swimming, like you said, we had, I think, a little more help from Adams Central than we've had in the past. But we had some people in the finals.
yeah. The girls bowling get to the finals, and then Winter finishing second. She took
Yeah.
the Wayne girl to the. She had a couple chances, didn't get some second pins. She left a few second balls open. So, but
Well,
that was a great
we'll
run.
bring Winter back a little bit later when we talk about greatest girl athletes of all time, because I think she's the greatest bowler.
Yeah, it was fun to celebrate the girls bowling team at the pep rally. So Coach
All right,
Linden does a good job with that.
what's your final takeaway on the basketball seasons? I mean, both teams ended the season in sub districts, not what we like, but what do you think? What do you see for the future?
Oh, I just see there's a lot of kids coming back, and they just have to start prepping over the summer. And the boys have a lot back. They only miss one of them, or they missed the guard and the backup point guard. So they
Well,
have a lot of pieces back.
the girls have it all but one back too.
Yeah.
You know, to me, both teams, but the boys, what I'm looking for is I'd like to see the boys take over this summer. Coach Danielson puts a ton of energy in that program. He provides them lots of things to do. I would like to see the boys become the energy behind it.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like, they
definitely.
started it a little bit last year, but I guess that's my challenge to them. It's on them.
They
What
have
are
a
they going to make happen?
they have a strong senior class coming up, and I happen to see probably our favorite fan of the show, Emma Langren, in the hall today. So
She'll be back leading the girls. You know, the
yeah,
girls to me, it's all about offensive firepower, and you develop that in the summer.
yeah.
They've got to get to where they can score. They did a lot of other things well this year, but they've got to develop some scoring. I think Brooke Oshner could be a big part of that. I know she's young, only going to be a sophomore, but we'll see. We'll see. I think you know, we should look for both teams to be able to go a little bit further next year, be on the upswing.
And they're going to have some changes with the EMC coming. So a lot of
Yeah,
changes
boy,
there. Almost all of our sports are going to have some changes with the EMC.
we'll be talking about that next fall, won't we?
Yeah.
Maybe even this spring, maybe we do a little get to know the EMC show.
Yep.
All right. Our number 2 is show choir. You said you got a little
Yeah.
info on the show choir season, which is wrapped up, right?
Yeah.
I think
Show
they're
choir
doing
ended.
tryouts for
So
next
they're prepping for the musical. So we
year.
end a little earlier than others. So on March 5th, they finished second runner up. They had Best Ballad and the People's Choice Award for their performance at Lincoln North Star. They call it the Rocket, I think. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of their performances on Facebook. I don't think that was allowed, but we have some crafty parents out there in Tigerland. They actually did their performance for the student body
Yep, I
at the
heard.
pep rally, which was very impressive.
Nice.
They definitely keep your attention. And then they went to the middle school. They're going to have tryouts pretty soon for next year. Guarantee you those are rigorous.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
very talented young ladies and guys. I know a few of them. Miss Breckner, it was a key part to their senior leader for their show choir. And it's just
and
not the people in
these,
front. There's Max
yeah,
Burton who helps in the back. They take a whole band with them,
yep.
most of the band. So there's a lot of people.
It's a big operation. And I tell you, show choir has been a great addition to the school for show choir. And also, I thought last year's musical was just a step up, a notch up. I mean, we've had great frontline performers before, but I think last year was the best entire cast. And I'm really looking forward to what they can do with Godspell. What is it, about April 14, 15,
Yeah,
16?
yep, it'll
About
be
1
coming
month?
up in a couple weeks. I know they're prepping. Coach Yost, I was in choir in the fall, so it was always fun down there in men's choir. I was humming a few of those songs almost every day because you hear them every other day. So show
Uh-huh.
choir, very talented. It looked like it was a country theme, and they had some hoedowns going. And then the one where they do the dance, they pull off the covers off their boards in the back, and then some of the girls dance. That was probably my favorite.
That was the best part.
Yeah, and
All
then they had
right.
to go down.
Well, you got big news from another non-sporting event. You said you got Teacher of the Year news.
Oh,
The Teacher of the Year for the Hastings Public Schools was named last night,
yeah.
and it was
And teacher of the year was Mr. Jeff Bitfield, one of our great counselors. They have a great counselor department, and where Mr. Eigenberg's leaving, but they already have a
Ingberg, Mr.
replacement.
Ingberg,
Ingberg.
Trent.
I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna butcher Courtney's name. She's one of my teacher that friends or teacher neighbor I got to know, but she's moving up in the council world, and we're proud of Mr. Bitfield. He does a great job with our kids, and I give the guy credit. He knows most of the names of every kid in the building. So
He knows people. He helps people. He's out front of that door all the time. All that counseling department does a great job. And Mr. Bitfield's been doing it for a long time. And he's also a big part of our food pantry, which is
yeah,
a big part of our mission here at Hastings High. So congratulations to Mr. Bitfield. That was announced at the foundation dinner last night, Tren. I was there. Mr. Couts, who's our executive director, used to be our superintendent. A long time ago was our principal. Yep. He announced how much money the foundation donated last year to the Hastings Public Schools. What do you think, Tren? You got a ballpark guess?
100,000.
Oh,
Oh, oh
$500,000.
wow,
A cool $500,000. Yeah.
that's awesome.
That foundation does amazing things for us. Mr. Couts and all the people involved in that. There's a lot of parents and community members who put in a ton of time with that. I was lucky enough to be at the Shook Eyes table. Chris and his wife, Colleen Williams, were emceeing, and it was just a great event last night. And that foundation does a ton of great things for Hastings High. I know we sometimes have alums who tune into the show. Guys, if you haven't helped out the foundation, Google them. They would love to hear from any Hastings High alums out there.
And one of the bigger projects they're working on is refurbishing the auditorium for show choir and for all that. The lighting system and the sound system is just great, and they're not done yet.
They're raising money for the second phase of that, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, and that'll be video screen and other stuff. So it's quite impressive with Coach Mr. Yost. The funniest part is he tested the new speakers and the new lighting system when we had men's choir in the fall, and it was so loud he was playing the tunnel walk music, and he had the red and white lights flashing, and you could hear it in the main stairwell. That's how loud it was. I told Coach Linden, I thought that's a perfect intro for him next year, is to have the orange and black lights flying all around. He comes running down in his orange suit and pumping everybody up on the first day. So that's
all right. Well, speaking of getting pumped up, it's spring sports season. What teams are you looking forward to? What people are you looking forward to?
My favorite team is obviously I had them wearing. I'm a Tiger baseball guy.
What do you think the prospects are out of Duncan Field?
They have 7 returning starters, only one pitcher, Dayton Espino. They got Nolan Hyde. They got some juniors, Hamburger, and our favorite quarterback, Burton. So we'll just see what happens. They have to develop pitching. I was really looking forward to going to Duncan tomorrow. We drive past Duncan every day when we come back from work. April Tate just said that the baseball versus Norris.
Come on, baseball guys. What's it going to be? 31 degrees and a little bit of wind. Let's get out there.
Snowy tomorrow. So we drive by every day after work, after my job site at the college, and the girls have it down because I said, well, I'm looking forward to coming here. I'm going to have a hot dog, a popcorn, and my pop, and I'm going to sit on the first baseline, probably dressed for November football, but it'll be fun to get out there Tuesday. We're looking for the weather to be better. But,
phone call. It looks like your first chance to see the boys of spring will be what, next Tuesday?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be in the 50s. Now, tomorrow, folks, you're going to watch this tonight, and this is Tiger Weather Report. It is not going to be fun. And how you can tell that is the maintenance guys over in the bus yard where I end my day, they are preparing for battle. They had a long line at the gas tanks, filling up the tanks in the trucks, and they're putting all the blades on.
Wow.
We use that line that they're hoping to scare away the snowflakes. They're just going to prep to take care of us. Those guys do an awesome job. They don't get a lot of congrats. We have our own salt truck, which they have a salter on the back of one of the little trucks, but they're all gassed up and ready to go. It's going to be cold for a few days, but next week we're supposed to be in the 50s. Track, luckily, is indoors. Tennis, probably, they don't start till Tuesday. But
they don't start till Tuesday out at Adams Central. What about soccer tomorrow? They going to
I don't think anything outside. They're talking 60-mile-an-hour winds. I don't even drive that fast most of the time. So I could run my 40 tomorrow with the wind.
I could probably go out in time.
I could go low 42s tomorrow. I may call Coach Rule and
low 42s maybe.
Not 42.
All right, boys golf is supposed to start Friday at Grand Island, but all those games except the indoor Kearney State track is probably in jeopardy, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Coach Jay. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but Coach Jay got almost 70 kid boys out for track. They're taking 2 buses. That's
Awesome.
quite impressive. It's got a good number. Freshman's a little low with Coach Itzen and the girls, but they're all excited. The boys, I've seen them running most of the winters. So,
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have some good times at the indoor to talk about next week.
And then Norris baseball again postponed to April 6th. They've got the 2 D1 recruits, the brothers Fontaine. I was looking forward to seeing that. One's a freshman who already committed to LSU, so the other one switched to go to Nebraska. So
they got a baseball program at LSU, Trent.
Yeah, I know they do, but the other one was committed to go to Florida State. So
okay, so our 5th story is Mount Rushmore, greatest female athletes of all times at Hastings High.
Okay, I have a proposal.
Yeah.
In my mind, if you do not lose a cross country race all 4 years and win 4 state titles, she should automatically go, and we need to pick 4 more girls.
No, you can't. No, she's on, and you need 3 more.
Well, but that's got to be a
She's
given.
on.
You got to have.
You didn't even mention her track championships and gold medals.
Okay, well, but
okay,
her plaque says she never lost a race in high school. That should be a spot, and there should be 4 more.
Okay, so we're talking about Shauna Jones, class of 1986. Probably the second best athlete in that class of 86. Wouldn't you say, Trent?
Who's first? Greg Garlock, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a one shot.
So
hey,
we got one spot. Shauna Jones is in.
Yeah. Producer Jake could have gave me a rim shot there. It would have been perfect.
He does not have that available. We don't have that technology. Okay, so we got to find 3 more. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through the sports.
Okay.
Greatest all-time volleyball players.
The sisters Tout.
The Tout sisters.
Yeah.
I think Coach Hepner would tell you to put Allison Kern in there.
Oh, Dr. Kern, definitely. Local dentist.
Yep. He would say to put her in there. So those 3, but I'm not sure any of those 3 reach the heights statewide that they're getting up on Mount Rushmore. But let's set them aside for a minute.
Yeah.
Allie, a pretty good basketball player. Kellen, pretty good soccer player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Kellen, pretty good soccer player.
And basketball for Kellen.
Yeah. All right. Girls golf. Greatest girls golfer.
Cafferty and the girl Anna.
Sarah Wissing.
Yeah.
Sarah Wissing, state champ. I think you got to put her up first. Yeah. Again, 1 state championship, that's fabulous, but I don't know if that's getting her on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Anna Cafferty came close a couple times. She's, I think, the second best golfer we've had, though. I don't know, when they had that team, the team that finished so well, runner up, there were some good golfers there. Terry Schaefer had an amazing state meet. Okay, greatest softball player of all time.
Oh, wow. I would vote for Schultz.
Yeah, it's Kellen Schultz.
Yeah,
it's Kaylin. I mean, Kaylin Schultz. Kaylin.
And we've had some other ones.
One sport athlete, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But pretty great athlete, 4-time All-Stater.
Yeah,
4-time All-Stater, and of course,
home run hitter.
Yeah,
in the school and probably the state still.
Really? Don't we have the last 3 home run record holders? Wouldn't it go Libby Napple to Ellie McCoy to Kaylin Schultz?
Pretty much.
I think we just dominated it. I think those 3 are all good candidates. I probably go with Kaylin by a nose.
Yeah.
So she might be in a good number 2. Right now, she's the best I think we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
What about anybody else in cross country? How about Chelsea Espinoza?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, state champion. Yeah. She shocked the state.
Yeah, I think she was out working with the track girls the other day, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was just the news when that happened. It went right through the building.
Yeah.
It was amazing how that spread.
It was a great day. She ran away from him, Trent. It was over. Yeah. It was over. Me at cross country meets, I can only get to a couple spots. By the time she got to me, it was over.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
She was going to have to be hit by the golf cart.
That was impressive.
Yeah. Okay. So we got some more nominees. How about basketball players? Greatest ever basketball players.
Sophia
Pankratz, all-time leading scorer.
And yeah, first one to hit 1,000 in school history.
Yeah.
To me, that's where it ends, but that's just me. I'm biased.
Michelle Trader,
Oh God. Oh man. Yeah.
Gretchen Rose.
Yeah. I would.
Come on.
I'd take Trader.
Those three, yeah. I think I go with those three, and I think I give it to Michelle. Michelle, great volleyball player too.
Yeah.
You
I should
know,
have.
Sophia, very solid softball player.
Yeah.
You know,
She helped that team.
oh yeah,
And yeah, and she was pretty much a key, just a sort of a background player. She wanted to help them have success, and
yeah.
to
She
me,
did
that's what a
great
great
team
athlete
player.
should do.
How about greatest swimmer? I think she went to school with you. I think Teg Hughes.
You mean Peg?
No, Teg.
Teg? Oh, I know her
She's a
sister
little older than
Jen.
you.
Yeah, so yeah, Teg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's another name that's getting away from me. I can see her.
Abby Clark had a really good
Great diver.
diver. Yeah,
Yep,
she
Abby
was.
Clark Schneider.
Yeah, she did very well the last 2 years.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm putting a swimmer diver up on Mount Rushmore though. Greatest bowler?
Oh, Winter, without
Yep,
a doubt.
winner without a doubt. But that's pretty new, so I don't know if she's getting up there. Greatest wrestler? I think we're waiting to be seen.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
still have a ways
um,
for that one.
how about girls track after Shauna?
Maybe the shot putters.
Erickson, Kathy
Yeah.
Erickson.
And then Rodriguez.
Yep, both were state champions. Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
How about Terry Smith?
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Smith, Mr. Smith,
definitely.
Coach Smith's daughter. She was a 400 champ. I don't think she lost the 400 her senior year. She didn't lose a race. Also medaled in the 200. She was also a basketball coaches association all-star, Trent.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I think she's a candidate. How about soccer? Greatest girl soccer player?
Bailey Petzel.
Bailey. Bailey definitely deserves some ink, but I think Ashton Pulowski has to be in the
Oh yeah,
conversation.
some
Lee
names
Van
were
Brocklin has
slipping.
to be in that conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Division two athletes.
What about girls tennis?
Fike.
Yeah, Andy Fike,
Yeah.
couple of state championships, a singles and a doubles. Michelle Lewis had a single state championship, and
They're
then
part of two
finished
state
runner-up
championships.
twice.
Yeah.
Both of them were part of two state runner-up teams.
Should have had a third.
Maybe they were close. They were
So,
close. All right. So we've talked about a bunch, and we got Shauna Jones up on Mount Rushmore. Who's going up in the number 2 spot?
I'd say Sophia.
All right. All right.
That's my opinion. I don't know. You talk me down from it.
Well, I would put Michelle Trader up there instead. I would
Oh.
say
Okay.
Michelle by a nose.
I give you that.
All right. All right.
Looking, you have two basketball players up there.
Well, maybe, but let's see who else
Okay.
you're having to butt out. I think you got to put. I think you got to put one of those other track athletes up.
Smith or
Erickson. I think. Now, let me tell you, Kathy Erickson,
she was
Division One thrower at Florida State, and played basketball at Florida State.
Yeah, she did.
Yes,
I didn't know that. I graduated with her.
She was like a leading rebounder for her. She just at the end of her eligibility, she played basketball for
Okay,
her.
so that Kathy Erickson's a no-brainer. So that's 3.
So she's up there. Okay.
I'm still lobbying for 5 spots.
You don't get 5.
Well, you should, because if you don't lose the race, that's automatic, and you still need to pick 4.
Okay. I think with the news of Coach Speak moving on, we got to acknowledge the softball's place around here. I think there's got to be a softball player up there.
Yeah, it's got to be Kaylin.
Okay.
So it was when Kaylin Schultz would bat, you always had your phone camera going.
Okay.
And the fact that just real quick, the girl hit one out at the field behind us. So we're on field 1. She hit one out on field 4 in fair territory backwards. And then she hit the back fence at state. Yeah. So she
amazing hitter. All right. Okay. So we put 5 up there. I got to tell you, my list had Michelle, not Sophia, by a nose.
Oh.
But you can have Sophia if you want. So that's what Shauna Jones, class of 86, Sophia Pankratz, 2016, Michelle Trader, 1996, Kathy Erickson, I think she's 91, Trent. I don't think
she's a year behind me.
Yep.
So
and Caitlin Schultz, 2020?
Yeah.
2021.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
She wasn't pandemic grad. All right. There's our girls' top athletes. What Mount Rushmore are we doing next, Trent?
Oh, can we do? We did end the game.
How about 2022 for Caitlin? Okay. I'm aging her. I'm making her old.
What about? So we did exciting game.
How about the 4 biggest rivals in Hastings history?
Ooh. Oh man, that would be fun.
The 4 biggest.
Talk about.
The 4 biggest schools we love to hate.
Man, there's a few of them.
All right. Okay. We got 1 minute for your trivia.
Here's my trivia question. Who is with Coach Speak leaving, which we're all sad about that. Coach Speak.
Despondent is the word. Despondent.
Yeah, and she just was a great ambassador for a softball program. Here, really quick, Coach Jay doesn't count because Coach Jay's been here for decades. For the longest tenured head coach that's in charge of the program. Can you tell me who it is?
Who's been in charge the longest?
Longest, yeah. Because Coach Jay doesn't count. He started in 2000. This is his 24th year.
Yeah.
And Sunderman didn't count because Sunderman had it before him. Sunderman came in 1991 and ended last year in 2023.
Did he have a year off when he was just at the college, or
I'm not sure. Coach Jay and I have been talking about that. Who's the longest tenured head coach?
Well, it would have been Coach Speak, right?
Speak. Tate might be able to check on that.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be because
the guy who held the record before, I'm looking at right now, it's you because you were at 14 years.
Yeah, it would have been me before. Yeah.
So who is the longest tenured head coach right now?
I want to see producer Tate's guess. He says he has a guess.
How did he tell you he has a guess?
It popped up on my screen.
It didn't pop up on my screen. You guys have private chat mode. What?
Coach Christie.
Oh, God, I didn't think. Wait, what's he coach?
Girls golf.
Oh, I didn't even think of him.
But did he do girls golf this year?
I don't know. But I was thinking.
What's your answer?
Coach Shu. He's at 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
Oh, it's amazing that the longest tenure that I know of is 8 years, but Christie may have him beat. So
he does if he's still going. I can't remember what they did there. All right, that's a good one, Trent. All right, so for our Mount Rushmore next time, it's greatest rivals in Hastings High history, the teams we love to hate.
So Tuesday we got Tigers going, hopefully baseball.
Yeah.
There's also tennis that day. And get out and be excited. Take care of the next couple days, especially tomorrow. It's going to be snowy and cold and a lot of wind. And go Tigers, and can't wait to get to Duncan.
Go Tigers.